Hello, it's me. I'm back. The scene might be familiar. The setting might be familiar. I probably could have changed my top and at least pretended that we were doing something different, but no. Damn. Okay, it's gonna flop. I can't do anything about it. Welcome to update number 1 of the Titty Top Make Along. The Jackass. Yeah, that's right, the Jackass. Hello, welcome back to Yarn Yappin', the series where I, your host Jordan, yap about yarn. This outfit might look familiar, okay? I'm not going to pretend. I'm not going to go change my outfit and pretend that I'm not filming this directly after the last video, all right? I need to get this. Okay, context. What are we doing here? Welcome to update number 1 of the Jackass Collective Spring Titty Top Make Along. Welcome. Hello, if you're new here. If you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, check out the introduction to this make along, if you will. I want you to be up to speed. I need to wind up my yarn and do a swatch. We have to do a gauge swatch. Boo. So I have my Swift set up. You can see it over there. And I actually have my electric ball winder set up as well. So we're going to do that. Let me get the tripod. You guys, the studio is a mess, okay? And we're not going to pretend that it's clean. This is the automatic yarn winder from Kato. They did send this to me. I really actually enjoy this thing. It's got a couple cons, but for the most part, I do really, really love it. And let's set up. The litter box is here. Sarai's here for the weekend. Let me show you Sarai. Let me introduce you to Her Royal Highness. Oh my goodness, look at this sleepy girl. Oh my goodness. Good morning. My baby, I'm so sorry for disturbing you. Look at that little cheek. Oh my goodness. She's like, who the fuck do you think you are waking me from my nap? Okay, anyways. Just some context as to why the litter box is there. Okay. Whoa, what's happening? So, I am going to get this on the Swift. This is my big, beefy beefcake of a child. Love this. She's thick. Release the beast. This is going to be way too big for this Swift. I already know that. Damn. The nitty naughty that I have, ta-da, here she is. It's very large. It's very long. It makes very long skeins. And they're too big for my Swift. Is this recording? Hello? Oh, good. Thank God. Thank God. So this might be kind of an awkward wind up here. See what I mean? She's really stretched to her max capacity here. And I can't figure out why it's tangled. Oh, for fuck's sakes. I'll be back when I get my shit together. This is the first time lapse I've ever taken on my new phone, and why does it look like this? This is actually nauseating to watch. I wanted a cute little, time lapse of the cake getting all big and chonky, but we've got this. Are you seeing the size of this cake? Oh my good lord. I have never put this much yarn onto this ball winder, and there's still a bunch on the Swift. Not a bunch, but there's still a decent amount of yardage on the Swift. My Swift just broke, so I have to tie it back together. But oh my god. That is insane. This is the size of my head. That's crazy. This is so pathetic. Oh my god. Please, there's only a tiny bit left. Hang on, girl. Damn. I'm not kidding you. This literally just broke again. This piece just broke. It came with this stupid cotton twine, and it's terrible, and it's just been snapping. I've had this for 2 years, and you can see there's different yarns that I have had to put on it. This is actually insane. Okay, I'm done with this. Okay, so we've reached the point in the evening where my energy dropping drastically. The microphone's dead. It didn't sound that good anyways because it wasn't pointed in the right direction. I just had some toast with peanut butter on it. We're gonna do a gauge swatch. First, to determine what needle size I'm going to use my wraps per inch tool. If you don't know what a wraps per inch tool is, it helps you calculate the weight of your yarn, like the thickness, what needle size you would need. So you can see here, there's like a little dip, and that is the inch. This is from Cottonwood Creations. Go check her out. She's local. Yeah. So I'm taking this. I actually don't know if this is how you do it, but this is how I do it. I don't see how there could be any other way. I'm gonna grab this bad boy. I'm gonna wrap it around. This is coming in at around 10 wraps per inch, so it's like a chunky DK, if you will. Borderline worsted Aran weight. I forgot it's still attached. So I am going to grab some needles and do a little bit of gauge swatching.
You've won $2,500 for your charity. Wow! The Miracle of Love. God, yes, God. All right, ladies, y'all ready to shake your money makers for the big bucks?
I am going to fully wet block this swatch. I'm just gonna do it properly, get my gauge from a blocked swatch, because I do want this garment to be, you know, as best fitting as I can. English, wow. Oh girl, I really need to, we gotta cast on. We gotta cast on. The microphone is up close and personal today. I need to cast on. I've been sitting in the studio in this chair a lot lately, so you're getting a lot of this view. I'm so sorry. It's different days, I promise. I need to cast on. Where is the pattern? I just printed it out. I printed it out 2 days ago. And it's not in order at all. Let me organize this. Figure my shit out here. I'm incredibly off gauge, as per usual. So, let's do some girl math. Breaking news. I can't read. I did my gauge swatch wrong and read what the gauge swatch was. My landlords are in the yard, ruining the vibe. Anyways, the gauge for the pattern is 16 stitches and 26 rows, which is 10 centimeters. Mine was 19 stitches and 22 rows, so it's not that off, you know, in the grand scheme of things. I wish I wrote down what size needles I used for this. Oh, brother, I really hope I wrote this, or I really hope I said this in the earlier. We're off to a great start. Like I said, this make along is vibes. It's vibes, okay? So I think I did this in 4.5. There's a random DPN here. Let's see what size it is. 4.5. It was a 4.5 millimeter. I'm writing it down. Okay. 4.5 millimeter. Okay, so girl math time. This wants me to use... This pattern has a lot of negative ease, 9 to 15 centimeters of negative ease. I don't know why my nose is wheezing. I should measure my titties. Damn. We're doing it rough. I got a sweater on. Do it really tight over the sweater. 84. Yeah. 84 centimeter bust. Girl math, this is so boring. I've never been good at math, but my math is telling me that I need to be making a size 4X. So I know I did something wrong. Oh, I'm looking at inches. Okay, I'm looking at inches. I need to be looking at centimeters. 42, 49. Yeah, I'm just gonna make the smallest size and hope it works out. Okay, so we have gotten the cast on. It looks deranged, it looks tiny and weird, and awkward, but every time I've knit a ripple bralette, I'm knitting the garment up and it's like this big, and I'm like, what the fuck? But then you block it, and it's a 3x3 rib, so it just like blooms, and then it's the stretchy rib. Anyways, yeah. So I'm not worried. Well, maybe I'm a little worried, but if you were curious about how much long tail I have left from my long tail cast on, that's how much. And I'm gonna cut it off. My hips ache. Oh my god, there's a pair of scissors on the floor. The studio is a mess, girl. It's a mess. I just got my wholesale orders in, so I have like 40 pounds of sock yarn. I have some BFL and some silk there. I have some mohair that just arrived yesterday. Like, it's looking a little bit like insane in here. I wouldn't want it any other way.
Do none of that shit.
I guess I should have this up here if I'm not. You know, the laundry's going on in the background. No one's surprised. I've been knitting away. Here she is. We have gotten like 2 or so inches. And I just want to see the sizing of this because I am concerned. I'm not going to lie. This is called K-cord or knitting cord. If you've never seen it, it's like a hollow plastic tube that you just jam on the tip of your needle, and then you can really easily slide all your stitches onto this, either to like try something on or just use it as like a, if you need the cable or whatever, you don't want to try and put it on scrap yarn. I see you staring at me. Ooh, I'm a trendsetter. Okay, so let's get this all even. Oh yeah, I'm not worried about that. That will do nicely. All right. Stunning. I'm so excited. Okay, I was just kind of worried about how, let's not be dropping stitches here, but this is looking
all in this together,
stunning.
and your vote is your power.
Oh god.
So please make sure your voice is heard.
Oh god. Back in the chair. Good morning. Hello. Hi. How are you? It is Saturday, I think. It's Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday. And here we are. I think I'm going to stop here for this week's update just because I kind of powered through this a lot quicker than I thought it was. It's not done, obviously, but I've got like probably 5 inches or so here of the body worked up, and I'm truly obsessed with how this is knitting up. When I was spinning this, I had the intention of having some sort of striping in it. I didn't do any math. I just spun, I think I spun 1 ply was entirely the blue, like the sapphire blue. And then when I was spinning the second ply, I was spinning, you know, chunks of the blue. I would add a little chunk of, there's like a true like clover green, like a nice rich green. And then the tussa silk, which is the lighter neon green. I was trying to spin like blue, the clover green, blue, the tussa silk, and try and like kind of stripe it out. And I'm really happy that it is in fact working up that way because it adds a little bit of dimension to it. Love. Sorry, I might have just yelled that. And I've got my little pumpkin stitch marker here. This is what I have for, I mean, I'm calling this week 1, but it's really just been a weekend because we started on Thursday, the 1st of the month. It is now Saturday. And here we are, 4.5 millimeters. This is working up really quickly. And I'm obsessed because I think that means I'm going to be able to get 2 knits done with this make along, which I'm very excited about. Who doesn't love a titty top? You know what I'm saying? Here we are. It's very soft. I'm so obsessed. If you've never spun or worked with recycled sari silk, it's technically like a textile waste, but this is my favorite fiber to spin, period. Let me show you what sari silk looks like unspun. This is the exact fiber. So this is called sari silk sliver or silver. I can't remember. Sliver or silver. I think it's sliver. and it's essentially sari silk threads that are like the cutoff, like the excess waste of like woven saris, and it's 100% silk, and it's all of these threads that have been kind of like processed back down to be spinnable, and it's really soft, delicious, gorgeous colors, like beautiful rich colors. And I just spun it straight from this. Like when I was making this yarn, I just pre-drafted like a bunch of this and just spun it straight from the ball I got it from, and it was really fun, and it's like a nice textured, rich, delicious spin. I would definitely check out some sari silk if you've never spun with it before. It's one of my favorite fibers ever. Love silk. Love silk. So that's, I think, all I have to say for this this week's update. You guys have been tagging me in your like yarn purchases or yarns that you have in your stash that you're plotting and scheming with, and everyone's picking a lot of green. Oh, sorry, just yelled. Everyone's picking a lot of green, which obviously I'm thrilled about. Naturally, I'm giddy about this. Shout out to everyone that's been hype about this. It's been cool seeing everyone tagging me in their yarn selections. I need to clean. There's so much crap. Oh no, I left this ink open. Oh no. It's still wet. That's fine. Everyone's been tagging me in their yarn selections on Instagram. Please tag me at JackassCollective. You guys have been like DMing me, tagging me and stuff. And I'm having a blast. It's really neat to see. There's a lot of greens. I've seen a lot of green in my DMs, which obviously I'm always pro green. And yeah, I think I'll see you next week, and maybe I will include some of your yarn choices and all that good stuff next week, because essentially I'm just going to be knitting a tube for a while until we get to the boob part of the pattern. So this might be a little bit uneventful. I might try and sneak some of you guys in and show off what you guys are up to. And it's been nice to see knitters, crocheters, all in my DMs participating. So I will see you guys next week. I will see you guys next Tuesday, actually. I should have been using this as my outro the entire time for my Tuesday videos, because it's kind of cunty, if you know what I mean. I'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for watching, girl. See you next Tuesday.